Sales Manager. What is that? What is this person? Why is crucial for every company in the world? And why it's important to consider it as a fractional role for your growth. So let's start with this. People tend to consider me as a nerdy guy, like an expert of software, expert of customizations, expert of Salesforce and CRM, because I work in the CRM and I work in the tech space. But actually, I gave my best results in consultations and working for companies when I was in sales department, actually more than marketing or CRM. Why? Because the fractional sales leader, the fractional sales vice president, is actually a role that involves sales. Is a fractional role. So as you probably know, for my previous video, fractional means basically part-time role. Okay, so let's focus the temporary sales director. Okay, if you are a startup, if you are a small business, if you need to run a new project like enrolling the CRM or improve your salespeople sales strategy, why a fractional role, a fractional sales director is important? Because, as I was saying, in the sales department, I faced a lot of issues when I was joining company for consultations or for this role. I was seeing agents, I was seeing salespeople, I was seeing the entrepreneur that weren't aware about their relations with the customer, the opportunity they were managing, the pipeline management, and the proper usage of a system, sales method, sales software. So everything that supports the growth of the business. Okay, so let's start from the very beginning. When I was sales manager, fractional sales manager, first thing I did was building a sales playbook. Sales playbook is basically kind of a guide, kind of a Bible, and I have some if you're interested, in which I was understanding and mapping all the processes that were required from the sales rep, but not just for the sales rep. I was mapping firstly the customer journey. So I was mapping from the very first lead, the very first moment of truth for the lead, for the prospect, to the ending of the deal, which is a one of a lot or a lost. So while you map this, you map all the stages and all the touch point that the sales rep should have with the prospect. And what I understood was the fact that in 100% of the cases, these touch points weren't mapped properly. And there wasn't a proper process that was explaining to the sales rep how to behave in these circumstances, in these occasions. So they were kind of lost and they were using their talents to convince customer to buy, but without any rule. And I faced a lot of meetings in which the sales reps were reporting directly to the CEO what they were doing. So the CEO didn't have in advance the knowledge, the acknowledgement of how was the deal, where the deal going, how was the pipeline growing, and so on. So there wasn't a system, maybe there was an Excel file with some rough data inside that, but no sales process, no sales method, no sales playbook. So the first thing I did was to build a sales playbook. Second thing was training the sales rep about the sales playbook. So if there is a method, you should follow that method because the ultimate goal is to sell more. And what's the best strategy to sell more to the clients is basically understanding the clients and handling properly the relation with the client. So nothing special, just understand them, listen to them, map the process, ask for support if you need, and use the proper system to map and to monitor this relation with the customer. And then it comes the CRM, customer relationship management. So as I am pretty skilled in terms of technology, I wasn't just responsible for the training of these people. I was also responsible for setting up the systems properly because I knew the sales process and I knew the software as well. So I wanted to do the smallest thing, the simplest things that were supporting the closure of the deal. So building follow-ups, building discovery scorecards, building all the touch points and building all the moment and all the tracking of these interactions between customer and sales rep was crucial to give the understanding through proper reporting to the to the CEO of the deals, of the business. How was the business going? So that's why was very, very impactful in several business. I can give you a couple of examples. In just 2 months, I worked with an e-commerce. So we're speaking about e-commerce, about physical products. So very, very hard from B2B sales, but they grew in just 2 months, 25%. 2 months of consultation, they grew year over year, 25%. You can understand the impact of this in terms of revenue. Second use case, I worked with basically an agency that was selling courses to leads, so classical B2B sales. There were three closers that were working through Excel without any method, any sales strategy, and I worked with them just 4 months. And in 4 months, they passed from 40K per month to 120. And not because they passed from Excel to HubSpot, but because they had the sales method, they used HubSpot properly, and I set it up HubSpot as well. And you can imagine the impact of my consultation with them. Okay, so it's not about the kind of magic that I brought. It was about mapping the sales properly, motivating and training the sales rep properly, giving the understanding to the manager, to the CEO, in that case, about how the business was going, and the impacts were massive, huge. They hired a lot of people, they trained a lot of people with the proper system, with the proper sales methodology. So I repeat, I'm not a sales rep. I'm not good in training, in terms of how to sell a pen or how to sell something, but I'm very good in handling the relations with the customer through the proper sales process, to the proper pipeline management, and to the proper training in using the proper tools. Okay. So in conclusion, why it's important to hire a fractional sales rep, sales director, because this person can control the sales pipeline, because I know, for example, the concept of sales, like sales velocity and so on, but also it's important to build sales processes and build the proper discovery methodology, for example, and training properly the sales rep with the proper systems as well. I really hope this video helps you in your growth, in your business growth. If you have any question, just drop me a line. I'll be pleased to support you.